intuition, exploring the paranormal, reading minds, adventuring into the future. This is Jeff Richards, Paranormal, now on News Talk 980 CJME.
This show, and what I do on this show, I always try to bring a positive spin to the paranormal world. I look at the paranormal world with nothing but reverence and respect for those who work in it, and I have nothing but respect for working with spirit. If you're an investigator and you're working in a haunted space, you need to respect the spirits that are there. You need to treat them as though they are actual living, breathing people. Now, I'm a big fan of paranormal television. There are many shows that I watch. I even have a show of my own that airs on APTN. But I received a message about something, and I have to talk about it because as soon as I read it, it started to grind the inside of me. I'm going to say that this is an abomination of the paranormal world that's taking place very soon here. And it's going to take place on live television in North America. On October 30th, the Destination America Network will be airing what it's touting as the first ever live televised exorcism. The special is actually called Exorcism, all caps for the second word, live, ! Because you're supposed to be really excited about the fact that they're going to be doing an exorcism on live television. Now, it's going to take place in a suburban house in St. Louis where exorcisms were performed in that house on a boy named Roland Doe, which if you know anything about that name or about the movie The Exorcist, this is the original story on which The Exorcist is based. And that night, October the 30th, is going to mark the 66th anniversary of one of these exorcisms, of one of these rituals. Now, there's a couple of key problems here. Number one, the show is being hosted by this paranormal research team, and I'm going to use the word research sort of lightly here, and I'm not meaning to chuck sour grapes at anybody's ventures that they've gone on, but this is a group of guys who have a television show on another network right now, and their show is called Ghost Asylum, and they are called the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. That's their name. That's the name of their team, and they go out in they wear these shirts that are branded for the team. They look like those Affliction sort of. It's really just cheesy, awful kind of stuff. And the other person that's going to be on the show is Paranormal Wonder, Mr. Chip Coffey, which if you know anything about Chip Coffey, we'll get to him in a minute. But essentially, this network is putting on a paranormal reality show, or should I say a paranormal exploitation show, live on their programming, live on the air, because they believe and they are dedicated to all American entertainment, using an exorcism as entertainment. For me, that's just abhorrent. It makes no sense. And Chip Coffey, the medium that's at the center of all of this, he's a detestable force, in my opinion, in the paranormal world. Do you remember Psychic Kids? It was essentially this demented sort of summer camp for kids that felt that they may be psychic, or that their parents thought that they may be psychic. But they paraded these kids through environments that were reported to be haunted, and the kids at points are screaming and crying, and it's really awful stuff, and it almost seems as though it was exploitive. It wasn't trying to further the paranormal world. It wasn't trying to benefit these kids. It wasn't trying to benefit research into the paranormal. It was simply contributing to the therapy bills of these poor children. And that's the type of paranormal exploitation show that this Exorcism Live is going to be. It's a really sad excuse for paranormal TV. And, sorry? Oh, okay, hang on. I don't always like to do this, but apparently we have a caller that's coming through right now that has a couple of big opinions about what I'm talking about. Hello, you're on the air with Jeff Richards. This is Paranormal.
Mr. Richards, do you have a problem with me?
I'm not exactly sure who this is. Who am I speaking to?
I'm from that Paranormal Live team that you keep running down.
Oh, is this actually one of the Tennessee Wraith Chasers?
Yes, sir, it is. Proud to be.
I'm sorry, but it feels to me like your program is just it's completely and totally out to lunch, sir.
Hey, if you want me to take you out for lunch, all you had to do was ask.
Now, you're a ghost hunter?
Yes, sir, I am. In fact, I've been a ghost hunter ever since I saw the ghost of Stevie Ray Vaughan come out of my grandfather's guitar case. And that was back in 1997. And ever since that point, I have been a ghost hunter. How long have you been a ghost hunter? I heard you were just popping zits off your face not long ago.
You know, I'm not here to sort of call into question your experience as a ghost hunter, but I firmly believe that this program, Exorcism Live, that you're a part of, it seems like it's an abomination of the paranormal world, as I said previously.
Well, I think this is an abomination of a radio program if you're going to keep running me down like that. Can you just hold on a second? Hey, Ma! Hey, Ma, how much longer till we get the biscuits? Oh, God, those raccoons are here again. Somebody, God, they're everywhere. God. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to get my, what were you asking again?
Your show, Exorcism Live.
Yes.
Why? Why are we doing this?
Well, I believe that we are God's gift to the paranormal world, and I believe that everybody should see something so spectacular live you will never forget it. You will have goosebumps literally on your arms, hair rising. That's why.
Now,
old-fashioned Southern entertainment. Yeah!
Now, can you share with my listeners one of the techniques that maybe you're going to use to maybe exorcise the demons in this house?
Well, haven't you ever seen The Exorcist? I've seen it about 37 times myself. You know, first you go out with the bad air, in with the good. And then you start pouring water on the person, and then you take a vacuum cleaner, you put it in their mouth, and you try to suck that thing out. You suck it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Well, thank you for the call. Best of luck with the show.
Well, thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
What was your name?
Just one last thing.
Sure.
You know, you leftists over there, you can try to take my rebel flag, you can try to take my guns, but one thing you will not do is take away my God-given right to catch ghosts. Good night, sir.
Okay. Allegedly one of the members of the Tennessee Wraith Chasers joining us tonight. I don't even know what to say. It's one of those things where, again, this program, the Tennessee Wraith Chasers, Chip Coffey, the cast of Exorcism Live. You know, I almost sort of challenge those guys, and even the gentleman who we just spoke with, who allegedly is one of these Wraith Chasers, which is a silly name. Wraiths are bringers of death. Why are we chasing them? I invite them to maybe even join me here on this show. But for yourself, for the individuals who are out there, who are listening to this program, who are fans of the paranormal, don't allow yourselves to fall into this lowest common denominator area of TV. And I'm not trying to throw sour grapes at whatever the guy who just called, whatever his name was, and his show, his program, even his group, the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. Not meaning to throw anything at those guys. But you owe it to yourself, because you're an intelligent person listening to this program. You owe it to yourself to watch a program that is respectful of the paranormal world and isn't exploitive. And even though I haven't seen this Exorcism Live yet, it hasn't aired. It's airing on October the 30th of this year, just a few short weeks away. I haven't seen it. I'm probably not going to watch it, to be completely honest, but I can imagine that it's going to completely and totally exploit and probably twist a lot of the story of this house, this exorcist house. And I'm putting quotes around exorcist house, because it's the house that's at the center of the Exorcist story. It's the house that Roland Doe inhabited as a child. It's the house where rituals were performed, the exorcisms that were detailed in Peter Blatty's the book and everything else that was there in the movie. It was all occurring in this house, this suburban St. Louis house. But other paranormal teams have been there, and they've investigated, and I've seen almost no evidence that this house is actually an actively haunted spot. That night, they're going to cast the demons out of the house, allegedly. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The night of October the 30th, I want you to, as opposed to turning on your TV and watching Exorcism live, I want you to skip it, and I want you to watch a show that has heart and soul, that represents the paranormal world, that represents paranormal investigators in a good way. You can watch Ghost Adventures. Watch The Dead Files. Log on to aptn.ca. Watch The Other Side. And then on the 31st, tune into APTN and watch a real paranormal television program, because The Other Side Season 2 premieres that night. I had to get a little plug in there for my own show. That's my rant. Exorcism Live, airing October 30th. Are you going to watch it? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Text me at 306-306 or give us a call, 1-877-300-7275. My name is Jeff Richards. This is Paranormal. You're listening to News Talk 980 CJME and News Talk 650 CKOM.